Bonjour everyone and welcome to this class. Let's start the usual way. We're going to start by focusing on our breath for a few seconds, a few minutes. So let's find a comfortable seat, whether that's on a block or not. Just make sure both sit bones are stable. Maybe giving yourself one last shoulder shrug and then have your shoulders melt down your back. Let your belly hang out. Just find a relaxing seat. And we're going to start by taking a big inhale through the nose and a big sigh out. And now find a comfortable rhythm to your breath. Just keep it steady, slow, natural. Just working on removing some distractions that might have happened during the day or during this morning. Just silently sitting for a few breaths. Just keep the breath flowing for a little bit longer. Just checking in with yourself, seeing how you're feeling. And then slowly starting to bring movement into your toes, your fingers, blinking the eyes open, keeping a low gaze in front of you, reaching the right hand down on the mat. Inhale, left hand's coming up. On the exhale, we're bending towards the right side, keeping the shoulders open, keeping that left shoulder open, and then reaching with that left hand, opening the left side of the body. You can look up, you can look down, doesn't really matter. And then let's go for the other side, left hand down on the mat. Inhale, right hand's coming up. On the exhale, we're bending towards the left side this time, opening the right side of the body, bending that elbow as much as you need to. And then slowly coming up, we're going to twist. Bringing the right hand behind your back, using that right hand to keep your spine straight. Left hand to right knee. Inhale, reach up through the crown of the head. On the exhale, we twist over to the right side. Try to keep your head in line with your shoulders, because technically you don't need your head to do a powerful twist. Just looking to have a difference of angles between your shoulders and your hips. And then take your time to untwist. One breath, neutral, and then we're twisting for the other side. Left hand behind your back. Right hand to left knee. Inhale, reaching up. On the exhale, we twist. Wherever you are, however you're feeling, just keep the breath flowing. And slowly untwisting. We're going to go for a few neck stretches just to warm ourselves up, or keep warming ourselves up. Right ear to right shoulder, just lengthening the left side of the neck. If you'd like, using that right hand to slowly and gently pull down. And then slowly let it go. Other side, left ear to left shoulder. Either staying here or using that left hand on the right side of the face. Really important to keep the opposite shoulder down, because if you bring it up, you're likely not to feel much. And then And slowly let go. My favorite time, double chin, bring your chin to your chest, and then lengthening the back of that neck. Either staying here, which is fine, or interlacing fingers behind your head and slowly and gently pulling down. And then let your hands go, slowly bring your head up. And then we're going to remove that block from under our glutes, under our bum, and then we're going to rock up and down the mat for a few times. So using the momentum to come up, using your core, and then reaching both legs to the back, really accentuating every movement, making sure to use that core on the way up. Next time we come up, we're coming straight into a boat pose. Yes, straight up boat pose. Let's do this. Legs bent, palms of the hands facing each other, and then keep your strong core. Keep the chest up and proud. And then if you like, extending those legs. We're coming down for 10, 9, 8. Keep that strong core. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the 1, and then slowly come down. Full body stretch, reaching both hands over your head. And then bring knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, swaying from left to right. And then we're going to rock up and down again the mat, just a few times. And then when you're ready, roll over on your knees, going straight in a child's pose. Bring knees as wide as the mat, hips onto the heels. Bring those hands forward, forehead resting on the mat. And then it's all about elongating your spine as much as possible. The rest of the body doesn't really matter. Just hips onto your heels. And then if you like, bring both hands towards the right side. Bring the left hand on top of the right, lengthening the left side of the body. And then back to neutral, just so we can go on the other side. Right hand on top of the left, opening the right side of the body. And then back to neutral, one breath in that child's pose. And then coming onto your knees, it's just a little cat-cow, just to mobilize that spine. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, straight spine, straight back, pelvis slightly tucked in. We're going to inhale, pushing the ground away, looking up, arching your back. Exhale, tilting tailbone in, looking at your navel, letting neck and head go. 2 more times. Inhaling, arching that back, looking up. Exhaling, tailbone in, rounding the back, letting your neck go. 1 more time. On the exhale, tailbone in. Back to neutral tabletop. We're just going to tuck our toes in and then send the hips high into a downward dog. So feet hip distance apart, bending one leg, straightening the other, walking out your dog, sending those hips as high as you can, starting maybe with your knees bent, keeping your spine elongated and straight and flat. And then if you like, slowly lengthening through the back of the legs, still pushing the ground away, still keeping your neck and head relaxed. And from here we're going to transition straight to a high plank. It's going to be nice to start with, obviously. Bring knees onto the mat, and then we're just going to bend those elbows and send your chest onto the mat. Sphinx pose, elbows under the shoulders, forearms parallel, legs hip distance apart. What else? Keeping those legs engaged, keeping the glutes engaged. We're going to engage the muscles muscles. It's a lot of engaging the muscles in the back, and then using our elbows, pushing the upper body up, and then opening the front of the body. Should feel good on that core, and then should feel like a back bend, obviously, in your back. Keeping muscles in your back strong, and then keep pushing with those elbows, so pushing the ground away with the elbows. If you like, you can let go of neck and head, keeping the strong elbows and shoulders. Or you can bring that head high up. And then let's slowly come down onto the mat. Sway your hips from left to right. And then we're going to go for locust, which is hands to the back. Again, legs hip distance apart. And we're going to engage every muscle in those legs to lift them up. And then lift the upper body. And then lift your hands in that locust, trying to balance on your hip bones, making yourself as long as possible. Again, engaging the muscles in your back, glutes, legs, quads, thighs, everything. And then reach to the back. We're slowly coming down. The left side of the face on the mat. Sway your hips from left to right. Just so we can do the other side. So lifting those legs to start with. And then lifting the upper body. Finally lifting those hands. Trying to come up as much as you can. Strengthening your back muscles, your legs, your glutes. One more breath. And then slowly coming down. This time right side of the face on the mat. Sway your hips from left to right. Hands under the shoulders. Tuck your toes in. Slowly make your way up in a down dog. Sending those hips high. Bending one leg, straightening the other. Do anything that feels good for a few breaths. And when you're ready, find that static down dog. Hips high, lengthening through the back of the legs, pushing the ground away with the hands. Shoulder blades melting down the back. From here, bend your knees, look forward, step that right foot in between your hands, followed by the left into a halfway lift, flat back. Lengthening the upper body, exhaling, ribs on your thighs, let neck and head go. Bring your feet hip distance apart, grab opposite elbows, ragdoll swaying from left to right, maybe working on straightening those legs or keeping them bent, whatever works for you. Just really releasing everything of that upper body. And then hands back down on the mat, feet back together. We're slowly rising up, bring our hands high up in the air and down to your heart. Let's go top of the mat, feet together, inhaling, sweeping the arms up, exhaling, hinging at the hips, folding forwards, ribs on thighs. Inhale is flat back. Exhale, hands to the mat. Stepping back to your high plank. We're going to go for knees on the mat to start with. Bending those elbows, bring chest and chin onto the mat, sliding those knees back. Inhaling into cobra or baby cobra, using a little bit of your hands, not too much, using the back muscles. Looking left, looking right, coming down to the mat. Tuck your toes in, downward dog. One big breath in. One big breath out. Bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, flat back. Lengthening that spine, exhaling, forward fold. And then rise up, hands up to the ceiling. We're coming straight back down, hinging at the hips, folding forwards. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, hands to the mat, stepping back to your high plank. This time we're going for a full chaturanga. Sending elbows to the back when they're 90 degrees. Inhale into an up dog. Engage those glutes. Look up, shoulders down. Exhale, downward dog. We're gonna go for that one more time. Bending the knees. Looking forward, step or jump to the front. Flat back. Exhaling, forward fold. And then we rise up, hands up to the ceiling. Now you do it in your own time, hinging at the hips, folding forwards, inhaling is flat back, exhaling hands to the mat, stepping back to your high plank, lowering down to low plank, inhale is up dog, engaging those glutes, looking up, exhaling, downward facing dog. Now a little bit of a core blast, because we always need that and always love that. Obviously, inhaling, right leg comes up. On the exhale, it's knee to nose. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, knee to right upper arm. Inhale, bring it up. We're twisting to the other side. Right knee to left upper arm. Engage the obliques. Inhale, bring it up. One more time. Knee to nose. Inhale, bring it up. Knee to right upper arm as high as you can. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it up. Back to your down dog, just so we can do the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, knee to nose. Round the back, inhale, bring it up. Left knee to left, upper arm, inhale, bring it up. On the exhale, we twist over to the right. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, round the back, knee to nose. Inhale, bring it up. Left knee to left, upper arm. Inhale, bring it up. On the exhale, twist over to the right. Inhale, bring it up. Back to your downward facing dog. Little core blast, just for fun. From here, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, and then rising up, hands up to the ceiling, down to your heart. I believe we're warmed up by now. We can go into the core of the class. On top of the mat, feet together, sink your hips low, bring the arms high, pelvis tucked in, flat back. Always that pelvis tucked in, lengthening your lower back and your spine. Sinking lower, and then bringing hands to your heart. Inhale, elongate that upper body. On the exhale, we twist over to the right side, left elbow on the outside of that right knee, opening the right shoulder, making sure the left knee is not in front of the right, and then lifting that left leg. We're stepping back into crush and lunge twist. Heel off the floor, knee off the floor, and still using that elbow to twist. From here, untwisting into your crush and lunge. Slowly bringing that left knee down to the mat, untucking the left toes, and we're gonna lift just the knee into an arrow lunge. Keeping the back leg straight, lots of strength building in that right leg. And from here, either bring the knee down, tuck your toes, and then move to a warrior three, or a little bit of a challenge. From that arrow lunge, lifting straight into your warrior three, maybe bringing hands to your heart, both legs super straight. This one for your foundation, and the back leg to strengthen it. Finding the balance. If you don't and you fall down like me, just get back on the horse. And then bringing both hands down onto the mat, lifting that left leg as high as you can. Half splits, maybe grabbing the right ankle with the right hand and the left. And then we got multiple options from here. We either can do bunny hops or handstands. Bunny hops and handstands, same setup. We are going to bring our hands shoulder distance apart. If you'd like to do it against a wall, be my guest. I'm gonna do that actually, just to show you, looking in between your thumbs. Sorry, I'm pointing my ass at you, but from here we're gonna spring off the back foot, and the goal is to bring those hips over my head. We're still looking in between our thumbs, and then just trying to find some hang time. Same thing with handstands, but this time we're lifting the right leg and then springing off that left leg, finding some kind of balance. If you don't want to do that, just squat. Squat for life. Making sure heel is on the floor, pushing those knees to the outside and sinking hips onto the heels. Keep on playing whatever you're doing. If you're doing bunny hops or handstands, making sure you're pushing the ground away with your hands. Really pushing the ground away. Just almost as if you were dislocating your shoulder outside of those bones or whatever. So really trying to push as much as we can the ground away. And then it's all about finding that balance, looking in between those thumbs and springing off that foot. And now let's all come down onto the mat. Child's pose, knees as wide as the mat. Sink your hips onto your heels. Lengthening that spine. Forehead resting on the mat. Just a few more breaths here. And then from your child's pose, we're going to come up onto our knees, having our knees hip distance apart again. So knees right under the hips. And we're going to go for a camel pose. Toes untucked, hands pointing down, thumbs to the outside, and slowly pushing down those glutes and the top of your glutes down. We're going to push the hips to the front and really trying to only bend the back. So it's not with the legs that we're playing, it's really pushing the hips to the front, lengthening that back, maybe letting your neck and the head go. And one more breath, and then we're coming up and sinking those hips onto your heels. Try to resist the urge to fold forwards. Let's try to settle here first, and then let's do that one more time. If you want to go deeper, be my guest. Pushing those hips to the front and then maybe grabbing ankles. But it's not about diving down to the ankle, it's about controlling your way down there. Otherwise, just following me and staying here, introducing just a gentle back bend, nothing too intense. Keeping glutes engaged, keeping hips pushed to the front, shoulders down, and then relaxing that back. And then slowly coming up. One more time, hips onto the heels. Maybe slowly swaying from left to right. And then we're back in our down dog. Send the hips high up in the air, maybe bending one leg, straightening the other. When you're ready, bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front. Flat back, lengthening the spine again, exhaling, forward fold. And then rising up, hands up to the ceiling, down to your heart. Other side, chair pose. Sink the hips low, bring the arms high, pelvis tucked in, sink lower. Maybe find a variation on this side. Maybe you want to come on your tiptoes and sink super low, not resting on your legs, but right above there. Keeping that spine flat. And then just bring hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. On the exhale, we twist over to the left side this time. Really opening the left shoulder and then lifting the right foot. Bring the heel close to the glutes and then stepping back into crescent lunge twist. Still opening the side of the body. No, still twisting to the left. And then slowly untwisting, reaching both hands high up, knee above the ankle. From here, slowly coming down to lunge, untucking the toes, just so we can go arrow lunge, lifting the back knee, keeping that back leg super straight, super strong, and then we're going straight into a warrior three, reaching the back leg back. Hands maybe to your heart, to the back, or to the front, or maybe use a wall to help your balance like me. Keeping those hips down. And then from your warrior three, half splits. Lifting that right leg high up. Maybe grabbing the left ankle with the left hand. And again, if you want, bunny hops. View from the side this time. Hands in front of you. Coming on your tiptoes. Hands shoulder distance apart. Keep looking in between those thumbs. And then we're going to spring up those feet. Just to bring our hips high up. And then find some hang time. If you can. Otherwise, handstand. This time, other side. So we're going to spring up the right foot and lift the left leg. And again, find what works for you, or maybe challenge yourself a little bit. Maybe use that wall to make sure that you're confident going into it. Otherwise, if none of these options are good on squat, hips onto the heels, maybe swaying from left to right, making sure both heels are on the mat. Use a wall if needed. Oop. And then from here, let's all meet into downward dog. Again, bending one leg, straightening the other, doing anything that feels good. And then finding your static down dog. It's a little bit hot. And then bend your knees, look forward, step or jump to the front, flat back. Exhaling, forward fold. And then rising up, hands up to the ceiling, down to your heart. Now let's make our way to our pig pose. To do that, hands to your hips, lifting the right leg, keeping the left leg strong, engaged. And then inhale, reach that right knee up. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bring it up. Up. Exhale, extend that right leg. Inhale, right knee up. Exhale, extend the leg. Now this time we'll bring it up. Usually we'd open into a tree, but today I don't want to do a tree. So we're going to go straight into eagle. Right leg over the left, which means the right hand goes under the left. And then it's all about finding your balance, sinking lower and lower into that chair pose, eagle pose, either keeping your back flat or bringing elbow down to the knee. And then let's slowly make our way up. Release both legs, give them a shake, just so we can go for our peak pose, dancers. For our dancers, we are going to reach the left hand high up in the air, bending that right leg, grabbing the inside of that right foot with the right hand, keeping both knees close to each other at first, and then we're just going to send that knee to the back, not to the side, really working actively on sending it to the back, kicking that right knee up, bringing the upper body down, opening the right side of that shoulder, opening the right shoulder rather, and then finding that balance, looking gently, softly in front of you, stay in that dancer's pose, just a few more breaths, keeping the left leg strong. That's going to help with your balance. Keep looking forward, keep kicking that right knee up, and slowly make your way down. Give it a shake, and we're going to do that again. So just the dancer's pose. This time there's a variation. If you have a block, great. Instead of grabbing that right foot, we're going to put a block underneath. The goal is to make sure we use the strength of our hamstring to kick that right knee up, and we're not relying on that hand just grabbing the right foot. If you don't have a block, I tried this morning with my students. Just a finger on the heel and lifting that right leg up. So to start with, left hand comes up, bending that right knee, placing that block or just that finger on top of the right foot, bottom of the right foot actually, and then kicking the knee up. And you're gonna see massive difference because your hamstrings is actually so engaged right now. So kicking that knee up a little bit more, keeping the left hand straight, upper body slowly coming down, keep kicking the right knee up, and then slowly make your way down. Give your legs a shake, just so we can do the other side. Other side. So let's bring our hands to your hips. Inhale, this time the left knee is coming up. Inhale, reach it up. On the exhale, we don't open, we extend that leg. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, extend the leg. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, extend the leg, keep it high, a little bit higher. And then inhale, bring it up. Left leg over the right, which means left hand under the right. Eagle pose, bending that right leg and then bringing maybe elbows to the knee. Interlacing the legs together. Still watching the front. It's a little bit like when you're dancing, you shouldn't watch or look at your feet. You should look in front of you. And then let's slowly come back up, controlled way. Bring both legs down, giving your legs a shake. And then dancer's pose on the other side. Reaching that right hand high up in the air, bending the left knee, grabbing the inside of that left knee. You could grab the outside, but that's just not going to open the left shoulder as much. And then if you grab the inside, you can just kick that left knee up and bring the upper body down, releasing slowly that right arm in front of you. And try to understand right now how much you're not using that left hamstring, and you're just really relying on that left hand, kicking the left knee up. Just a few more breaths, you got this. Keep the right leg strong. This is always going to be your foundation, and for good foundation, keep it engaged. Toes taking as much space as you can, and then slowly coming back down. Give your legs a shake, you know what's coming. Second version, this time with a block, with a finger. These limits are only in your mind. So let's reach the right hand high up, bending that left leg, and then pointing one finger to your heel, and then lifting that left knee high up in the air, bringing the upper body down. So now you understand why we did a few back bends, is to prepare you for that dancers. Working on the strength of your legs. That was to prepare you for your dances, and then slowly come back down. Give your legs a shake, and then top of the mat, Tadasana pose. Feet hip distance apart, legs slightly engaged, pelvis tucked in, shoulders down, palms of the hands facing the front of the mat. Coming back to your breath. And then top of the mat, bring the feet back together, slowly open the eyes, inhale, sweep the arms up, exhale, we fold forwards from the hips, inhaling is flat back, exhaling hands to the mat, stepping back into your high plank, pushing the ground away, pelvis tucked in, coming down for that low plank, inhaling into an up dog or cobra, exhaling. Downward facing dog. From here we're going to bend our knees, look forward, step or jump to the front and land on your glutes, going straight into a boat pose and just coming to the mat slowly, making your way there, engaging the core and then letting it go, hands overhead, full body stretch. And then knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, making yourself into a small tiny ball. And then releasing it. Extend those legs. what are we going to do? We're going to bring the right knee into the chest, giving yourself a big hug. Maybe sending that right leg high up, half happy baby, grabbing the inside, grabbing the outside. Maybe rotating a little bit that hip socket. And then bring back that right knee into your chest and then supine twist. Right knee over to the left side, keeping either your shoulder or that knee on the floor. And slowly coming back, both knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, send the right leg away, keep the left knee into your chest and then lift the left foot high up in the air, half happy baby. Maybe doing any kind of rotation around the hip socket, around the knee, anything that feels good on that left side. And then left knee into the chest and send that left knee over to the right side. And then slowly making your way back. Extending both legs, maybe one last full body stretch. Maybe if there's anything else you want to do, feel free to do that for a few seconds. Otherwise, slowly getting a start on Shavasana. Pelvis tucked in one last time, hands far away from your body, legs far away from each other. Taking a big inhale through the nose and a big sigh out. Shavasana. Slowly start to bring movement into your toes and fingers. And then again, full body stretch, reaching both hands overhead. Knees into your chest, giving yourself a big hug, well deserved. And swaying both knees towards the right side. If you'd like, just stay here for a few breaths and then slowly making your way up. Just the way we started, cross-legged, maybe sitting on that block. Let's take a few moments to realize how we're doing, how we're feeling. Just checking back in with ourselves. And maybe taking a few moments to think about one thing that you're grateful for today. Always trying to shift your mind to look at the positive things rather than the negative. Bringing hands to your heart. Well, I am very, very grateful for you watching me and doing this with me. I wish you an amazing day, an amazing week. Namaste. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. See you soon. Bye bye.